So it's going to make up our coal continuously. It's going to feed it into our barrel here. And once it reaches, well, this is probably about 75% full, and then it's going to send that signal out and it's going to turn this off, and it's no longer going to be creating any more coal until the level of this goes below what we're comparing it to here. Hello and welcome to another episode of Regrowth Reloaded. As you can see behind me, we've got our diamonds and our emeralds all grown up, and we are good to go. So let's run over here real quick, and we're gonna make up some stuff real quick. I've decided today we are not going to be doing anything related to quests. I want to get a few things out of the way. So let's start off first of all by crafting ourselves our first diamond and crafting up an emerald. It's not my first emerald, unfortunately. I did have to make some for something else, but we'll just pretend it's our first emerald. And then the other thing I want to do is I'm going to take some tall grass here and I'm going to mix it with some redstone, and we're going to make some redstone roots, and I'm going to need those for another project here. So let's come over here. I made a couple more display cases. Let's see, is it? I'm trying to remember how I opened this thing. Do I have to have an empty hand? Yes, okay. So let's take and put our diamond in there. Let's shift right click to open it and to close it. Alright, so let's run downstairs. And it looks like my game audio is recording this time. I'm sorry about that. We got Pigman in there. Alright. Leave him alone. And we're going to come over here, and today I'm going to set up the first part of our system here that's going to collect our coal essence and process it into actual coal. Now, as you can see over here too, I've set up another room similar to that just has regular essence in it, or essence dust, because we're going to be going through so much of that stuff. I figured we should do this to automate just enough here to create 4 stacks of dust at a time, and I think we should be good with anything we need to do in the future. So first thing we need to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to come into our Botania area here, and you can see this has kind of changed a little bit too. I've added in a whole bunch of mana pools. I got one under here, and there's one out here too that we're going to need to power this area here. And it's just, we got tons of mana available to us. So we're going to create what is known as a hopper hawk. And so let's go ahead and let's look that up real quick. Hopper hawk, right there, and it is 2 mystical gray petals, 2 light gray petals, a rune of air, and a redstone root. So this is, let me go ahead and empty this out real quick while I'm at it, because my mana pool is full. I don't need that anymore. Alright, so let's come over here. So we need 2 gray petals, 2 light gray petals. I'm going to go ahead and grab 4 because I want to make 2 of them. And we need 2 runa manas. I only have 1 right now. It's alright, we'll get it back. All right. And then over here, I've got this set up already. We're going to need some seeds. Just go ahead and grab 2 seeds out of there. And let's go ahead and toss these into our petal apothecary. 2 dark gray, 2 light gray, rune of mana, and our seed. Am I doing this wrong? Let me look at this again. Hopper Hawk. Oh, I need my redstone root. Yep. Okay. Go. Toss one of those in there. And now we can toss our seed in there. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I need a rune of air. I put a rune of mana in there. Okay. Okay, let me back this out then. Shift, right click, remove with an empty hand. Let's go ahead and put that in there. We need rune of air. There we go. Toss that in there. Toss that in there. There we go. And toss the seed in there. All right, 1 Hopper Hawk. All right, let me try this again. We're going to get a second one. I need my bucket of water here. And we're going to refill our petal apothecary. Refill my bucket, and we'll go ahead and put it on the shelf here. All right. 2 dark gray, 2 light gray, redstone root. Yep, see, we lost our rune of air. And then our seeds, not a torch. There we go. Now we've got our Hopper Hawks. Boy, I'm just really with it today, aren't I? Okay, so let's go ahead and get these out. Now, Hopper Hawks are a special flower that will pick up items on the ground and they will put them into a nearby container. So we're going to go ahead and put that here. Now, this should be tied to this barrel. And then I'm going to do the same over here. And I should have grabbed my Horn of the Wild. You go ahead and grab that real quick. Let's make sure that this works okay. And back up here. All right, so it's got 34 stacks of 64 in there. So let's go ahead and blow this real quick. And see if this does its thing. And it does. It picks them up. And it's got 37 stacks plus 62. And then this one over here probably did the same thing because it probably got most of those. So we got 6 out of 64. Now, if it's possible that this might have picked up some of the coal and this one might have picked up some of that, it would just, since it's going into a barrel, it can only hold 1 item. We might lose a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. I think we're still going to be doing well enough with what we have. Okay, let me put this away. And let's take a look at what we're going to be doing. Now, I've already, I pulled the auto assembler off there because we're going to be using it down here. That is for something else. Okay, let me start. We're going to start with some barrel upgrades. So I'm going to make the barrel upgrade. So first thing that we need to do is we have to make a support structure. me see if it shows up in here. This is the barrel. These are the upgrades. We're going to be doing a B space upgrade and a redstone upgrade. And are we doing a void upgrade? No, I'm not doing a void upgrade in the barrels themselves, because we're going to also be doing some a chest, or a drawer, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. So first thing we need to do these structural upgrades. I'm going to be doing 2 barrels, and they're going to be identical. So as you can see here, I've already got a redstone upgrade and a B space upgrade. I've got a storage upgrade ×3, and I've got the structural upgrade. So our structural upgrade, and we're doing a 3 because that gives us 7 slots, which we're going to need, and that is 4 pieces of bronze and 4 lattices. And the lattices, if I made some by mistake, I don't remember exactly how they're made. We can maybe do that. Yeah, it's just in a cross pattern like that. So we'll put these like this. Oh, we got them backwards. There we go. Now we got our level 3 upgrade. Go ahead and put that away. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a storage upgrade, and we're going to make a level 3. A storage upgrade is a barrel and 2 pistons. So it's the barrel in center, 2 pistons. That gives us our structural upgrade, or I'm sorry, a storage upgrade, and 3 of them together makes a storage upgrade ×3. So let's go ahead and put that in here. Next, we're going to do a redstone upgrade, which I believe, let's take a look again. Barrel. Our redstone upgrade are 2 pistons and a block of redstone. 2 pistons, that gives us our redstone upgrade. Then we're going to do our B space, which is going to be an ender chest and 2 pistons. Not just a standard ender chest, 8 blocks of obsidian with an eye of ender in the center of it. And we're going to do that. There's our B space upgrade. Okay, and then the last thing I need for that is going to be a tuning fork, and that's going to be 3 pieces of iron and an ender pearl. So let's take a quick look at tuning forks. Tuning fork. Okay, so yeah, so like that and like that. And the tuning fork gets used with the B space upgrade. Now what the B space upgrade is going to do is it's going to allow us to link 2 barrels together, and they don't have to be near each other. So we're going to have one down here, and we're going to have one above ground in the area where we're going to be building our power station, which we're going to be fueling with coal. But we're not ready to build the power station yet. So we're just getting ready to put these, to get everything set up. And to do that, you have to have 2 identical barrels in order to do that. So I've got 2 barrels here. And let's, okay, we're going to go ahead and get some of this set up real quick. So let me go ahead and remove that. So this is the center here, and this is the barrel here. I'm going to knock this out here so that we're under the barrel, and I need to knock this out too. So I need a wooden transport pipe, and I made some gold transport pipes. They're the same as making wooden ones, except you use gold ingots and glass. I've got an oak drawer, And then I've got some storage upgrades. I made the emerald upgrades for this, as well as a void upgrade. And that's just so that we don't accidentally overflow the chest, and this will help us to collect tons of this stuff. So let's start off. First of all, I'm going to put my wooden transport pipe to the bottom of the barrel like that. And you have to use a wooden one because the wooden engine is going to connect to this, and it's going to pull the items from that chest and feed them down into our barrel here, or I should say our drawer. So let me go ahead and get a couple of pipes just so I can make sure I've got the right placement here. We're going to place down our oak drawer. And then I want to go ahead and put my upgrades in here. So I'm going to shift right click on this, and we're going to put in 4 emerald storage upgrades. So each of these is 13 times what that, so this is going to hold a lot. And the last slot, I'm going to put my void upgrade so that if these all fill up, anything else coming in here will just automatically be voided out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just, since I got 2 of these in my inventory, we're going to put those in there, so this will only hold those. And then we're going to get our wooden engine, which I did not grab. Go ahead and toss this in here. Move this over. Wooden engine, and then I need a lever. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect the wooden engine to the wooden pipe. I'm going to put a lever here and turn this on, and this will power this engine, which will pull the coal essence out of the barrel above and move it into here. Okay, so it's going to take a little while for this thing to get up to speed, and it's going to just keep that filling up for us. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, let me see what I got here. I've got our auto assembler. And we're going to go ahead and put it behind this. And then we'll go ahead and set our coal in there just like we did before. I'm not going to turn it on at the moment because what I want to do is I want to export the coal into our other barrel, which is here. So go ahead and put down the barrel. I think it will go here. And then we will take our, did I have another wooden engine? I thought I did. Yes, I got 4 of them there. Okay. I'm going to come down here. Yeah. I'm going to dig out this. All right. Did not want to put them in there. Attach that to that. I don't have my wooden pipes on me. Okay, what am I doing? Hang on a second, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go get my lumber axes. The only thing I had that would be able to break the barrel so I could pick it up. So let's try this again. I'm going to attach my wooden transport pipe out of the back of this. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put a wooden engine in here that points up at this, and then I'm going to attach a lever to the side of this and turn it on. And this should, once this starts getting stuff in its inventory, it will fill up the barrel behind it. So this barrel here, we need to now come in and let's install our upgrades in it. I need my first thing is the structural upgrade. And we're going to put in a level 3, a redstone, and a B space. And these take up X number of slots. This will provide us with 7 slots. So this takes up 3 slots. This uses 1, that's 4, and that uses 2. So that's 6 slots out of the 7 that this level 3 gives us, which is more than enough. So, and I did that again. So, and shift right click on it. Go ahead and install our storage upgrade. No. Come on. Structural upgrade. All right, did I do this wrong? You need an upgrade Mark II in order to apply this. Okay, let me go ahead and get this thing upgraded, and then I'll explain it all to you here in a moment. So I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got this figured out now. So you have to use a structural level 1, which is the same thing, except it's made with copper and those lattices. You apply that first, and then you can apply your Mark II, which is made with iron, and then your Mark III, which is made with bronze. And then now we have 7 upgrade slots available to us. We can install our storage upgrade, which will give us a maximum of 256 stacks of coal. We're going to install a redstone upgrade, which means that this will now output a redstone signal, which we're going to need to be able to turn this thing on and off when it's full. The B space upgrade is the last piece of the puzzle here. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this coal that I've got here. Let's just go ahead and toss it in there just to get it out of my inventory. And then I grabbed some stone so I can fix my floor here. Like that. So what I want to do is I need to determine when this is mostly full. And when it is, I need to turn this off. So we're going to be using a system that I learned from a guy named Mordekainen, who's playing this pack as well. He doesn't do a whole lot of videos on it, but he had some really good stuff. I'll try to remember to put a link to his channel in the links below. So check him out. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and I want to make something special. So I've got a bookcase, and I need a book and a redstone torch. And then I've got some comparators and some redstone dust. And I think that's all I'm going to need for this. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to put my book in here and my redstone torch in here. And we've got a redstone volume 1 from Decocraft. Now all this does is it's going to provide us a way to compare a value. So I want to come out of this here, and I'm putting a comparator here, and then I'm going to put a comparator this way into this, and then I'm going to place down my bookcase here, and then I'm going to put this redstone book into the bookcase, and each of these spots in here will provide a different level of redstone level, so the strength. So I'm going to put it in about in here. That usually seems to work pretty good for this. And so what we're seeing then is we're going to be passing this into here, and if the strength of this or this in here exceeds that, then it's going to send a pulse out, and we're going to turn this off. And I think I need a repeater as well. Let's see, do I have everything I need to make a repeater? I should have. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. I've got 2 redstone torches, piece of redstone. Yeah, there we go. I need a repeater as well. And then we're going to put a repeater into here. And then I'm going to do redstone coming out of our comparator here into the repeater. So once this reaches a certain level, it's going to emit a signal here into this. Now I want this to change this. Enabled on high signal. No, we want this to be enabled on low signal, I think. On low signal. Okay. So it's going to make up our coal continuously. It's going to feed it into our barrel here. And once it reaches, well, this is probably about 75% full, and then it's going to send that signal out, and it's going to turn this off, and it's no longer going to be creating any more coal until the level of this goes below what we're comparing it to here. So that's that. All right, so let's get started on the next piece of a puzzle here. What I need, you saw that the Hopper Hawks will pick up anything that gets knocked down, and that was using the Horn of the Wild, but we kind of want to automate that process. So in order to do that, we're going to be using a thing called the Drum of the Wild. So let's get started on that. So I'm going to yes, I do. In here, we're going to make a Drum of the Wild. So we need 2 pieces of leather. We need 6 living wood and a Horn of the Wild. And then we're going to go ahead and craft that into our drum. So horn goes in the center, here, and we're going to go like that, and it creates the Drum of the Wild. Okay, I'm going to put my drum here in the center like that. Now the next thing I need to do is, in order for this drum to work, it needs to receive a mana pulse. So we're going to have to kind of do that by doing what's known as a mana pulse spreader. And I've got that in here as, do I have it in here? Let me check. Not in there. All right, well, we can make that real quick. It is really easy to do. So we're going to make a mana spreader. 7 living wood. 1 petal of any color. Like that. And that gives us our mana spreader. And then I needed some redstone. Like this and like that. That gives us a pulse spreader that we're going to put down here, and it's going to point up at our Drum of the Wild. Let me see if I can get it down there, and of course it's not pointing in the direction I need it to. All right, let me see if I can pick this back up. It says axe. All right. Let me take the Drum of the Wild down real quick. There we go. And then we will put our drum back up here. All right, so what we need to do is I need to get this mana over to here next to this. And I need to work on that real quick. So let me do that. I'm going to kind of expand my mana factory out a little bit so that we can get our mana over here by our mana pulse spreader. I'll be right back with you. All right, so I made myself another mana spreader and a mana pool, and I've got that pointed over here to get this one filled up. This will provide us with the mana that we're going to need for the pulse spreader to activate. The next thing we need to do is supply this with a redstone pulse in order for it to send a mana pulse up to the Drum of the Wild. So in order to do that, we're going to need a timer of some sort. Now, we don't really have any timers in this pack. We have one that's really kind of cool. It's a Botania thing, and it's called a hovering hourglass. So we're going to go ahead and come in here, and that is made with 1 piece of mana steel, 2 pieces of mana glass, and 4 gold ingots. So let's come over here and let's look up our hovering hourglass, and we can go ahead and shift click that in there, and there, oh, and there's also some redstone, and there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put it like right here, and then what happens is this thing is going to we're going to fill it with sand, and every time it flips over it's going to send a redstone pulse over, and I'm going to go ahead and attach we can just probably, let's move it closer. We don't need to do that far away. Go ahead and move it there. I'll go ahead and now put it here, because we'll probably use this same timer for the other side too once we get that set up. Put ourselves a piece of redstone down, and we should be all set. Now, depending upon the type of sand that you put in here will determine the amount of time. Regular sand is 1 second per piece of sand that you put in there, and red sand is 10 seconds per piece of sand that you put in there. Let's start with 1 real quick. Now trust me, I don't want this thing going off every 10 seconds, but I just want to make sure that we're working okay. So let's go ahead and put that in there, and after 10 seconds it should fire a signal to this repeater, which should set off that there, and you'll see, and our drum fired. Let's go upstairs and just take a quick look. Now the drum isn't going to knock up every piece, but you see it knocks up several of them, and then the hopper hawk will pick that up. Now let me go ahead and take that out of there. And let's go ahead and dump this in here. Can I? Might not be able to. I have to put it in the barrel upstairs because I can't reach everything. It's all compacted in here. All right, so I've got 30 pieces of redstone. That means it's 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. That's going to give us time to let our essences regrow. So, and then it'll do the pulse. It's going to set off the drum, and then the hopper hawk will pick this stuff up and deposit it into this barrel here, and then it goes in and gets processed down below. And it'll be the same thing over here. It looks like it kind of does it over on half of this anyways. So yeah, we'll have to hook up the system on the other side as well for something similar, so that we can get a bunch of essence crafted up. Anyways, that is our automated process for coal. Now, eventually I will set up the other barrel outside, And I kind of got the area mapped out a little bit. I got the coordinates here to this barrel. I'm going to dig straight up, and we're going to have a hopper line that comes down from the above ground into this, so that feeds this as well. But it's going to primarily be feeding our furnaces. We're going to have above there, or our boiler system, because we're going to be using a boiler system to produce our energy to start off with, at least. And coal, since this is being produced automatically for us now, you know, it should keep us supplied for quite some time. So I'm going to let this run for a while, try to build up our supply of this, and then we'll have to start on some of that stuff for the next episode. All right, well, that's it for this episode. I'm sorry it was kind of a little bit of a scatterbrained episode, but I wanted to show you this process of what we're going to do to the things that we need to build in order to automate our coal. So until next time, this is Desert Rat. Have a good one. Goodbye.